everyone, my name is Julia and I'm here with Wendy Backlund, and we have been brainstorming some ideas because Wendy has a heart to connect with you guys, and unfortunately she can't travel 24/7 to see everyone. That would just be ridiculous.
Yes.
So we came up with this idea. We're going to call it Coffee with Wendy, hence our coffee mugs.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what it's going to be is you guys ask questions, and Wendy will pick periodically different questions to answer via video, and we'll post it on the Facebook page. So if you have a question for Wendy, go to wendybacklund.com/coffee. And our first question is, Wendy, what does your devotional time with God look like? And how often or how regular is that for you?
That's a great question. I think we all want to know, what is everybody else doing for devotions? Am I doing it right? Is there a wrong way?
Yes.
Is it enough? Is it too much? So before I even answer what mine looks like, I like to just tell people the first thing you need to do is not get condemned or overly legalistic about it, because devotions aren't supposed to be something we do to earn a check mark by our name, but we do it for a different purpose. And what is your purpose? What's your motivation for having devotions? Because that will actually determine how often you will have your devotions. Because if it's just legalistic, you probably won't be as motivated unless you actually have a real desire. I know if I have devotions, I will have an encounter with God. What are you looking for? So my devotion actually changes through different seasons. And then when God changes the season, sometimes I would go into, condemnation, thinking, oh, I'm not doing what I used to do. And God would just say, it's a different season right now, Wendy. Just relax. Just stay hungry. So I know I had one season where I was spending probably 4 to 6 hours a day just soaking in God's presence. Usually at night. When the kids were little, I'd put them to bed, go to the church, and just spend time with God, worshiping and waiting on Him. And to me, the biggest thing is go expecting God to speak to you. And I know I don't soak as often now, but part of that is because back then it took me a couple hours to get out of my head and into the place where it was spirit to spirit. So it was a time where I actually was connecting with God. And now, because I've done that for so long, I can just almost instantaneously just find that connection. And so that's what we're working for, is that ability to be able to put aside everything that would hinder us from connecting with God instantaneously. Because to me, devotions, I don't even like to call them devotions, because that has a religious connotation to it. And so I just make sure I'm connecting with God every day. And usually that's all day long. You're inviting God into your life. You're picturing Him working with you and through you, and hearing His voice, allowing Him to speak to you. And the other thing is, I think sometimes we can get so religious that we don't realize that He actually wants to have fun with us too. Going on a walk, going bowling with some friends, He's in the midst of that. How can we say that's not devotion?
Yeah.
So I just encourage you to check out your motivation and make sure that your devotion time actually has the right motive. I love the fact that reading the Word is actually an invitation to experience the Word. And so if you start looking at the Word as an invitation of, oh, Jesus walked on water, there were angels that talked to people, I want to experience that. I want to spend time with God, and make that your motivation.
That's so good. Wendy, thanks for being with us. And again, if you guys have any questions, please go to wendybacklund.com/coffee, and we will see you next time.
Bye.